a single party. America is heading towards communism. So, in this regard, you'll see that Elon Musk will take his revenge in the midterm elections. He said that those who voted for this bill, especially the Republicans from Donald Trump's party, he will try to teach them a lesson in the midterm elections. Now, what are these midterm elections? Let me explain a bit today in simple words so you can understand that there's a slight difference between American and Indian elections. That's why there's some confusion. There are some similarities, but also some differences. So let me explain a bit. Because as long as Donald Trump is around, he'll remain in the news. So it's important to understand what will happen in the midterm elections in America. Here we have a parliamentary system with a prime minister. If someone wins, they get 5 years, but if their numbers drop in parliament, their government collapses. In America, the midterm elections, which are to be held on the 3rd of November next year, even if they lose the midterms, Donald Trump will still remain president. His government won't fall, even if his numbers drop in both houses. Now, what's the difference? Let me explain. I'll tell you in a very simple way. There are 3 elections here. The Congress here, which is like our parliament, is called Congress. Congress has 2 houses. One is the upper house called the Senate, and the other is the lower house called the House of Representatives. And above all is the president. So there are elections for the president, for the Senate, and for the House of Representatives. Now, what's the difference between the 3? The difference is that members of the House of Representatives are elected for only 2 years. The president's term is not 2 years, but in 2024, there were elections for both the House of Representatives and the president. Next time, it will only be for the House of Representatives, not for the president. In 2028, then both will have elections. There will be elections for the House of Representatives as well as for the president. If you understand this, then there is a difference between the two. That is, the House of Representatives does not elect the president. Whereas in India, what happens is that our members of parliament, about 543 of them are elected from all over India and go to parliament, and they elect the prime minister. In America, the members of the House of Representatives do not elect the president. So then, who does? For that, there is a separate election for the president, whether it was held in 2016, 2020, 2024, or will be in 2028. Separate voting is conducted for that, and a separate election is held. This is called the Electoral College. And then the Electoral College goes and elects the president. To understand this difference regarding the president, you should know that here, the number of electors who choose the president is 538. 535, so a simple majority is needed, which is 270 votes. Whoever gets this number out of the total becomes the president. But when it comes to the House of Representatives, do you know how many there are in total? There are only 435. So this is 538 and that is 435. The House of Representatives is elected every 2 years, and that's how it works. That's why currently the Republicans have a majority in the House of Representatives. Their number is 220, while the Democrats have only 212. Now, after a year, this term will end and there will be fresh elections for the House of Representatives. It's possible that after that, the Democrats could have 220 seats and the Republicans could be left with 212 or 215, because generally it's observed that the party of the sitting president tends to lose in the midterm elections. People get dissatisfied within 2 years. This is a trend you should understand. That's why Donald Trump was in a hurry, wanting things to happen before the midterm elections, because after the midterms, we might lose the advantage of having a majority in both the Senate and the House of Representatives. As for the Senate, there are 100 members, 53 are from Donald Trump's Republican Party, 45 from the other side, and 2 are independents. In both places, there are 220 on one side and 53 on the other. The bill was so controversial that out of the 53, 3 defected, and out of the 222 defected. So only 218 votes were secured. So you can see that the elections for the House of Representatives and the president are different. Now, what is the Senate? Think of it as similar to the Rajya Sabha in our country. Our Rajya Sabha is also for 6 years, and here too the Senate is for 6 years. The only difference is that in our country, the election is indirect. The public doesn't vote directly. Instead, the members of the state assemblies vote. It's a very complicated process. But here, the Senate election is direct, just like the direct voting for the president and the House of Representatives. In India, it's indirect. Here, it's direct. And the process is almost the same, 6 years here, 6 years there. And here the House doesn't dissolve, just like there. Here, elections are held for 1/3 of the seats at a time, and the same happens there. So next year, elections will be held for 35 Senate seats and 435 House of Representative seats. 35 is a significant number, and as you can see, the majority is very thin, just a difference of 3. If, for example, 20 seats go to the Democrats and 15 to the Republicans, then the balance of power will shift accordingly. That's why I thought I should explain this difference to you. As for the age requirements, to be president, you must be 35 years old. For the Senate, 30 years old, and for the House of Representatives, 25 years old. So 25, 30, and 35 years of age. Also, to be president, you must be born in the US and have lived there for at least 14 years. That's why, for example, Mr. Ambani cannot become president, and even Elon Musk cannot become president because he was not born in America. He became famous after coming to America, so he can't become king. He can only be a kingmaker.